SoFi Stadium. 49ers offense trots out for their first series, and they're led by the third overall pick of the 2021 draft out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to pass.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A first carry for the rookie from LSU, Ty Davis-Price. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And right away, he lost the football. Get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Stafford. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football. Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The Niners at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. They had their 6-game winning streak snapped a week ago, but still, it's a team that's playing pretty darn well.
And like the old song says, accentuate the positive. And I think that's exactly what this team's going to do. If you won 6 in a row, you know you're doing something right in the NFL. So I don't think the one loss is really going to discourage them.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lance. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at 3rd and long. Here's Lance. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
36 yards on the play.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Here's a run with Akers. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is going to be 49er football.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the
in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw, it's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready up.
Throwing now is Lance. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Operating from the gun, Lance. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
From the gun, it's Lance. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Nick Bosa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st down, Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. But could have gone for more.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Lance going to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
On 2 of his first 6 passes, time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And taken at the 46. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Okay, ready? Strike 2.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Ready, ready.
Lance now on first down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's 1st and goal. And, gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Lance looking to throw it. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the 29, Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And Lance's throw caught by Gray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
Lance now on 1st down. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
First down, 49ers.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. These Rams and Niners met 3 times a season ago. The Niners had the Rams numbered in the regular season, winning 31-10 in Santa Clara. And then again 27-24 in overtime in the season's final week. But the Rams got the last laugh in the NFC Championship game with that 20-17 victory. Able to find Gray here. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 19. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. We'll go ahead and mark that down. It's one of the most bizarre first down calls in the history of the National Football League. A fake, and it backfires.
But we've seen a lot of
first down.
Yeah, you're right. And we've seen a lot of innovation throughout the years in the NFL. I mean, we've gone from the single wing to the T formation to shotgun, right? Running spread, run and shoot, you name it, right?
To first down field goal.
First down field goal fakes. I think that's an innovation that will not catch on.
Lance looks to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So we have reached halftime here with a visiting 49. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
To throw is Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for Rams.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Matt Gay for the Rams field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
What's up, man?
And they'll accept that penalty. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
At the 49ers 4-yard line.
Akers is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On 1st down, Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Gold with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 76 yards rushing for Akers, and this is a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Stafford. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back now here on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On play action, Lance out to his left. He gets this one to Davis Price. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And they'll go for it. Lance. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the 49ers.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack.
And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Stafford on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Stafford's pass intended for...
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset.
Second down at 5.
They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd and 5 now. Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by David Long. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead, the effort has been good. If the Oilers want to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They snap it to Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
To the air again, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, he's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
What a